Hi everyone, my name is Josh and welcome back to Super Mario Maker 2 where we'll be checking out my own level, the 5 Chambers of Marvelousness. I'll just be running through this level and giving you a quick guide to show you exactly how it is you're supposed to complete each area. The first section has bombs in it. All you gotta do is just press the button as soon as the bomb is right about to move on to the next section. If you time it too early, obviously he's gonna fall down. So I probably wouldn't worry too much about timing it too late, just because the platform does seem to protrude slightly more than you might think it does. Make sure that at the very end of it, that stays red, and I wouldn't go too close to the bomb, because it takes a little bit longer for him to explode than you might think, and you'll probably end up getting firebarred if you do. Once you collected that one, I wouldn't want to run back just yet. I'll wait a little bit. I'll wait a little bit for the firebar to go, and there is in fact a secret in this room, but we will get back to that a little bit later when we are talking about the level. Anyway, moving on to the second section, which is definitely the most difficult area that we have found so far, where we've got the exact same sort of scenario, except instead of us having a bomb, we have a mushroom. And the mushroom will allow us to become big so that we can spin jump at the very bottom and get the coin. It takes a few attempts to do this, and I believe it took me a couple tries to do this as well. But every single time that I come to my own level and play this, it usually takes me maybe like anywhere between 1 and 3 tries to do it, but it does take quite a bit of practice to get it. The idea is that you're supposed to press the button when the mushroom is at the final block. So you do need to preempt it a little bit, because if you press the button just as it's coming towards the next block, like right about to fall, it will probably end up falling and you'll end up, well, losing it. I put the little spikes there just so that you can become mini again, because if you're too big, you will not be able to fit through the level, and I'll get to talking about my annoying design and things later on. The next section with the buzzy beetle shell, it's not too difficult once you know exactly how the conveyor belts work. Literally just change the direction a couple times, head up to the top, pick it up, and then run all the way to the far right in the bottom section, past the thwomps, and there's an easy pink coin right down there. I put a lot of fake coins in this level, not really fake coins, but coins you can't really obtain in this level, just for decorative purposes. You can't actually get to those coins at the top. They might look like there are gaps there, but they're just hidden blocks that have items in them, and they don't provide you with any benefits whatsoever. This section's a little more difficult if you're not particularly great at the platforming sections, but if you exceed at the platforming sections and you're not as good at the puzzle solving sections, then you shouldn't have too much trouble. If you jump at the exact same section that I do, you'll not have to worry about accidentally bumping your head on the little spiky block and falling to your death. This is the final room here, the Koopa room, where there are 2 ways that you can do it. The first way is the lazy way, which is literally just get the mushroom and get a bit of a run up and then throw a shell up to grab that coin, or you're able to grab a shell and you can bounce off the head of the paratrooper when it's at the very top of its little jump. I tried to do this a few times and I failed miserably and went, you know what, screw this, I can't do this, I can't do the level the way that I designed it to be done. And so yeah, I'm gonna do a little run up. Oh, I think I tried again once here. I tried once more, and then I gave up on it, grabbed the shell, did a little bit of run up, and you just throw it up there, and then you're basically good to go. With all 5 of those coins, you'll be able to move to the far right, but then I realized I actually couldn't move to the far right because I'm big. And so that's the reason that there are spikes in here, as well as Koopas, so you can just run around, run into them, and you'll be able to take damage. But of course, I happen to have a protective shield to make it more difficult for me to do it. Anyway, literally all you have to do, run into a couple enemies, you become small again, take the key to the far right, and the final section is pretty easy to do, but it may take you a bit of time. If you have tried to do this level before and you were looking for a guide, here you go. This is a very easy section if you know what to do. You get the Yoshi egg. You can't jump up there without crouching because there is a hidden block directly above there with a spring in it. You don't have to bring Yoshi to the goal. You can if you want to, but you grab that final coin and you're good to go. I think it's customary for me to fail every single time I want to hit that bar on the goal pole, but oh well, that's just how it goes. Now, I'm going to get into a little bit of the level design now. If you're interested in that, stick around. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, so we're here in the level creation section of Mario Maker 2, where I'll be going through my newest stage, kind of bit by bit, just to show you what I was thinking when I was creating it. Now, I guess the idea is that when you're watching other people creating levels or talking about their own levels, it kind of gives you some ideas as to what you could do when it comes to making your own, and that's kind of how you learn how to make cool new things. So my idea for this stage was that I was going to have 5 different sections. Obviously, that's why we have the 5 different pipes. And in each of those 5 different pipes, obviously you get 1 pink coin because you need 5 in total to collect. All of these coins at the top here you cannot obtain because of all the hidden blocks that have 1-ups in them, and 1-ups do not provide you coins or anything, so they don't really provide the player an advantage, and that was generally the idea. I had a whole bunch of blocks over here just directly above the spawn point so that people couldn't jump to the top and just kind of cheese it and then go, okay, cool, I've got my coins, I'm good. But you do still need to get every single one of the pink coins. Now, I tried to make these little tunnels here in such an obnoxious way that you wouldn't be able to do it while you're big. So there are some areas where you're able to become big using the mushroom, but I believe that is in the mushroom stage, of course, and also in the Koopa section. But I didn't really want people to be using the mushrooms as a way to better themselves when it came to playing in the level, so I made these really annoying walls to stop you from doing that. So I put the bombs here along with the mushrooms, etc., just to show you what you're going to be dealing with. So down this pipe is a challenge to do with bombs. Down this pipe we have a challenge to do with the 1-up, not the 1-up mushroom, the like regular mega mushroom or the super mushroom. We have the Buzzy Beetles, the Invincibility Star, and the Koopa Troopers. And I'm just going to head down one of these pipes because all of these pipes are connected. Like, basically, if you go down the pipe, it will take you into an area where every single one of these challenges is located. It looks like they're all in different sections, but literally, if I just scroll across, the next section is right across over there. So you can't actually see the other sides, even if you do go as far as you possibly can. Maybe if you go up to the pipe section, you might be able to see the pipe over there, but that's about it. So this bomb section, I know that bombs don't walk particularly quickly, but I wanted there to be a block in front of the pink coin to stop players from going to get it, and you needed to get a bomb all the way down. So obviously I wanted to use the on-off switch in this case. I used the on-off switch in my previous stage as well. I quite like the idea of it because it can provide some interesting challenges, especially when it comes to timing and just thinking about what you need to do in order to get one thing, so the bomb, from one side of the stage to the other. And so I've used some of the conveyor belts along with the platforms. And there's a little pipe over here, so that if you end up accidentally killing the bomb or something, it will still come out of the pipe again. I was not very forgiving with it the first time, and then I added a pipe because I thought that was just going to be absurd if I didn't add a pipe. Some annoying coins you can't actually get in there, and I put all these question mark blocks there to make people think there might be a coin in one of them. But there are 1-ups in every single one of them, of course. Now, I didn't actually show this in my run of it, but this is where the hidden coin is located. Like I said, it was going to be in the first section, and here we are. There it is. It's right in the corner over there. Little coin in there. That's why it has absolutely nothing in it. There's a little firebar down there, so if the bomb falls down there, or if you fall down there, then you die. You can only get up to this section, though, obviously, if the block has been changed to blue, because you can't make that jump. You can't jump all the way up there. That's just too much. So that's the bomb section. We'll just move on to the next one over here, which is definitely the most difficult section. That's only because the mushrooms, they move so quickly. When Zach Scott was playing this level, I probably honestly should have moved that on-off switch down 1 block so that you could click it quicker. But you basically need to wait until the mushroom is around there, and then you can switch it. So when it's a block before its destination, that's when you can switch it. If you switch it too late, then obviously you're going to have problems, and the mushroom's just going to fall down here, and you can't do anything about that. And of course, I had to go with the slow pipe just to make it even less forgiving. These blocks exist here just to annoy people, to, kind of stop them from getting all the way up there to just grab the mushroom and go, and that's also why I made it a 1 block high thing going all the way through. If you want to know what's in these blocks, we have flying bloopers, and they have little babies as well. So both of them have those in them. So if you do go up there and you are caught off guard, you will more often than not end up dead. You need to be quite careful when it comes to jumping around, waiting for the mushroom to pop out just around this area, because obviously there's a little spike block down there. The spike block over here is to prevent you from going out of the pipe and be forced to be big. So you can just come back down the pipe, become small again, and then head back down the pipe. The reason that this spiky block here is because there is a section that gives you access to the helmet that can protect you, and you can get that helmet when you're small, come into this area, and then become big, and then you will literally be completely stuck. So that's just as a way to prevent players from getting completely stuck without having to restart the entire level, because that would be rather irritating. Moving on to the next area, we have probably one of the more easy sections if you know exactly which buttons to press. You've got a little buzzy beetle shell up there. You press it once, and then it goes this way. But then obviously that one's going to change direction, and so you need to change it as soon as it touches there. So you basically just bring it all the way over to the spring. There are some hidden blocks over there to get you up to the top. You grab it, use it to get all the way down here. You don't get crushed by the thwomps. You can get crushed by the thwomps if you're too slow. Then you grab the pink coin and boom, you're good, and then you move on in life. The next section I designed to be a little bit more different to the others. I put a whole bunch of really fast shooting pipes at the top with lots of invincibility stars because I thought that'd be cool. I wasn't really too sure about adding the claw and the pathway going between everything, but I decided I was going to add it anyway to see if it could either disrupt the player or maybe help the player, and in fact it does help the player. You just need to make sure not to try and jump off when you're in this section here because you'll probably end up hitting the spike block and falling down. There are no checkpoints in this level, and that's because I wanted it to be much more difficult, a level with a lower clear rate. Zach doesn't like the idea of having a low clear rate, but I do, because if my levels have a low clear rate, it means that players will look at them and go, oh, people have had problems with these. These are challenging levels. And so I kind of feel good about myself if I have made a difficult level for people. I'd rather it be more difficult than too easy. But that's just me. Little coin is all the way over here, so literally you're just standing on top of the spike block, jump up there, you've got it, and you can fall back down there, wait for the claw, and you just wingy woo, and jump up there, and then you're good. The final section, I kind of rushed this section, to be perfectly honest. I was trying to think a bit more creatively, and then I went, you know what? I've come around to the end of the level, and most people are probably not really going to care too much as to what's going to be in here, so you can grab a shell, and you can jump on top of the paratroopers, boing, on top of the paratrooper, and then throw the shell up there. But if you get enough of a run-up on your big, from the edge of this block, you can literally just run, jump, and you can throw it the way that I did in my little playthrough. Once you've come all the way to the end of it, no, there is not anything special out here, it's just the abyss. There's nothing interesting at all. I could have put blocks there, I could have put something cooler there, or maybe some extra secrets, but I wanted to make the level not absolutely enormous, and Zach did say that it might be pressing it for time when it came to 300 seconds, but I thought that with enough practice, if you were determined enough to do the level, you would be able to do it in 300 seconds. If I've done it in 300 seconds, then you probably can too. Unless you don't really like difficult levels, and if that is the case, you don't need to play it. You can just watch other people play it, or go and find other levels that are easier. Anyway, we're going to make our way to the... No, I don't want to erase anything. I'm not erasing anything. Head to... I'm not used to using the controller for this. I'm always used to using the touchscreen. And so, using the Pro Controller when it comes to recording this is a bit interesting. Anyway, once you come all the way to the end of all these pipes, there will be a door, which you might have seen. Lots of coins you can't collect over there, but that door will take you over here. And you'll be able to see exactly where the locations of these hidden blocks are. In this one, there is a Yoshi, little Yoshi egg. And in this block right here, there is a spring. And so basically what you do, I can just go play from here. There's a spring right there, or you could just not. I mean, I put the spring there just to make sure that players were clear that I was wanting players to go up. Because if I didn't put that spring there, people would be like, wait, what do you mean? How do I go up? And so I put the block, the hidden block, directly on top of me. Because when you try and jump, you actually can't really tell it's there. And so you can't get that coin. You can't beat the level unless you figure out that there is a hidden block here. And that's why this little arrow pointing to the left exists. If that didn't exist, then chances are players would probably never find it. And I put it up slightly on purpose as well. If this arrow was pointing down there, people would be like, yeah, there's a hidden block there. Cool. And I hit it. Now what? And they go, oh, what do I do next? But because that hidden block is placed, slightly higher, and the arrow was placed slightly higher in my version of the level, I'm hoping that it's a little bit more obvious. But now that you've seen it, you can play it yourself, and if you are willing to take on the challenge of this level, then if you've played it and you want to record it, then feel free to show me a replay of it, post it on Twitter or Discord or something like that. If you fall down, you're screwed. Well, you're not screwed, because you can go back through the door and you can go back again, and so you can kind of reset the blocks. But that's basically how the level works. If you'd like to play it, I'm sure that there are codes literally everywhere. You'll be able to find one in the description. There will be one towards the very beginning of the video, and if you would like to submit any levels for me to play, please let me know in the comments. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.